Today I have Federico with us from Frozen Crown. First of all, how are you, Federico? It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Oh, it's a pleasure for me to be here too. I'm doing fine, even if I'm quite tired because we've been a pretty challenging show
Yeah,
a couple of
week.
days ago. Yeah, because I also played with other two bands on stage as well.
The same night?
Yeah, the same night. So
Wow.
I was myself opener and special guest. Yes,
and headline, yeah.
And then headliner, yeah. But it was awesome. Really, it was really a unique show because we involved also the singers from these other two bands. Actually, who sang with us some songs. Some Frozen Crown songs. It was a pretty unique and one of a kind show. I would say.
Yeah, it was. It sounds like a family show, like a family opening.
Definitely, yes. Yeah. We are definitely a family. Yes.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
Of course, as the most common question is how Frozen Crown started. So to just make a really not sure, just I give it the word to you to explain how everything started, how you get in touch together, and choose to release the first album, The Fallen King.
Yeah. Okay. Now that's funny because you asked me how we get in touch together, but actually Frozen Crown were born as a solo project because I was in Japan with my other band, which is called Be the Wolf, of which I'm the lead singer actually. And I was talking with the label, and I was simply I would like to make a power metal album. And that's it. Power metal, melodic death metal album. I've always been into bands like Children of Bodom, which are, of course, a mixture between death metal, melodic death metal and power metal. So I wanted to make something like that, of which I was supposed to be the only singer and the main, the only musician as well. But what actually was born to be a studio project, everybody at the label liked that so much, and also at the Italian label Scarlet Records, that they were like, okay, let's make a real band out of this, So we searched for a singer to start with, and of course, we auditioned actually some singers. I think a bunch of them, more than 7, maybe 8, 9. Yeah, and then we found it was quite long, and then we found Jade, which is actually the actual singer. She was supposed to be just a guest, because I was supposed to be the lead singer, or maybe we were supposed to share 50-50, but the fact was that she started to sing with that rock attitude. She didn't have that kind of symphonic metal attitude, usually female singers have, operatic vocals, Nightwish, stuff like that. No, she was more straightforward. She was like Timo Cotipelto from Stratovarius, or Bruce Dickinson.
Very heavy metal. It's like a heavy metal.
She was singing very straight, and I was like, okay, this is going to sound much cooler if she's the main singer. And I decided to be the backing vocalist and the guitar player. And of course, we had already the album recorded, so we searched for the other members to actually make a band out of that. Yes, and that's pretty much it.
And you essentially wrote the first album, The Fallen King.
Yeah. But I'm also the main songwriter.
Okay.
Generally speaking.
So, and the first album, of course, it was 2018. How started the main topic, the composing as well? What influenced you to write this album? Because of course we're going to see the difference later.
Yes. Well, of course, from the power metal point of view, I was very much into. I've never been a power metal fan, but there were power metal albums that really influenced me, like the first 2 Sonata Arctica albums, Ecliptica and Silence, but also some songs from the Halloween, from the Time of the Oath era, and the first Angra album, of course, the first Vision Divine album.
Vision Divine.
Also.
I didn't hear this name in a long time. Vision Divine.
Yeah,
Italian band.
Yeah, we're actually sharing. We're in the same label. We also played a show together in December, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, and yeah, I was influenced by this, but also because you can also listen some black metal, melodic black metal influences in the album, especially, for example, in the last track, which is called Nether Storm. Dimmu Borgir. I've always been into mostly, Borknagar or Arturus, bands from Norway, mostly.
Which decades? Because of course, as all we know, there are like a lot of. There is the true Norwegian black metal, the one from the 90s. I know what the section. There are different types as well, different influences.
Exactly. Yeah. There was a little of more. But for example, for what concerns true black metal, I've always been more into Satyricon and Immortal. For what concerns the melodic black metal, I've always been into, as I said, Dimmu Borgir or Borknagar are my favorite band, probably my favorite band ever. And then there's also a lot of Swedish death metal coming from, of course, In Flames and Dark Tranquillity, which for me are, the two biggest sides of the Swedish death metal. Yeah.
And there is a specific topic that you develop in the first album, like, I don't know, in the lyrics. So you face like we can say concept album, or was just more like I don't know, lyrics that takes inspiration from the daily life. I don't know.
Yeah, actually yes, because that album is called The Fallen King, and it has it deals with the themes of exactly falling and getting back on your feet. I mean, I would not say depressed, because I don't like to use that word, but I was very deluded, I would say, about the musical scene with my previous musical projects. I was really thinking about actually giving up music, because I couldn't actually manage to make a living out of that, So that album was actually my way to try once again and to try to succeed. In fact, the first track is called Fail No More. And that was, that was something I was telling to myself, this time we're going to have success, and that was actually my, and that was actually the theme in the lyrics, because, those lyrics talk about, kings, warriors, swords, stuff like that, but
it's more like a metaphoric way.
Yeah, exactly. They're more like, that kind of empowering lyrics.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say, motivational. Probably. Sorry, there's a lot of light going.
Because we're talking about king and kingdom, and you should receive the light.
Yeah, in fact.
Yeah, and of course, in between the last album, there has been released a couple of days ago. The last album, Call of the North, is recently the releasing of the last album, if I'm not wrong.
Call of the North actually came out 3 days ago.
Oh yeah, so it's basically in these days. There are two other albums, Crowned in the, I'm reading because in the Frost and Winterbane. Of course, if we have to go to dig in each album, probably we will talk until tomorrow, but I want to ask you the main difference you can see in the first three albums. So from the first until the last one, not that has been released, but the Winterbane, which type of difference as well, for example, in the lyrics, as well, like as we were talking before, like the topic, it is changed or still inspired by real life experience, life in general, and as well musically, as well the band I think grew up as well all together. So there is these interesting things to see, like how it changed as well from the first album where you start to record it all together and playing as well live the album, and then to record the second, where actually the second album I think it was more involved with all the, we can say, songwriting, composing with all the other members.
Well, that's no. because for what concerns songwriting, I'm still the main songwriter.
As well for the composing. So they don't...
For everything, yes. I have been maybe the singer has been writing some lyrics every now and then, and lately, I mean, starting from the third album, so in the third and the fourth album, the drummer took a lot of I mean, we worked together on the composition. I mean, I am the main composer, but of course, you know, when I don't play drums, so when I write songs, of course, I like to work together, work along with a drummer to give those songs, you know, the right rhythm, but of course also to have ideas from the drummer, you know, at the same time.
Yes, of course.
So yeah, that's actually changed. In fact, in the latest album, we have been the most cohesive we have ever been
with Call of the North.
And Call of the North. I would say lyrics are always the same. I mean, not always the same, but it's always the same.
Inspiration,
you know, themes. Yeah. But for what concerns the music, I would say the first album was a mixture of different songs that were very different one from each other. I mean, we had straightforward power metal songs, we had death metal songs, we had symphonic, very, very bland and melodic symphonic songs. Instead, starting from the second one, which was a hybrid, we started to have a proper sound, so a sound that was the same in every song. In fact, this culminated in a Call of the North, actually, where every single song has got the same amount of death metal influences, the same amount of power metal influences, the same amount of
it's like a melting pot of genre. So if we could say, for example, Frozen Crown, which genre they play? Just heavy metal?
I like I like to say melodic death metal with clean vocals.
Okay. Is your own, you can say your own adjective to define your
I like to say it like that.
And since as well as been the main composer of this 4 album, there's one I don't know, one or more song that for anyone that doesn't know Frozen Crown, so for example, I'm seeing this interview in the first time and I want to hear the real sound of Frozen Crown. Which songs, let's say more than one because it's better sometimes, you would advise, being of course the main composer?
Yes, I would definitely say Fire in the Sky from the latest album, Call of the North, because that's a song that pretty much sums all our elements together. Maybe it's quite long, maybe it's very filled of a lot of parts, but it has everything. I mean, it has an acoustic suite, it has a power metal speed rhythms and melodies. It has got some melodic death metal parts, some neoclassical guitar playing. You know, it has got everything. It's like an empowered version of other songs we had, like Never Ending or Fail No More or Far Beyond. You know, I think that song really sums the Frozen Crown style. And I would also suggest In a Moment, because I like how it sounds, and I think that's closer to our future sound. I mean,
your future sound, I want to know, what do you mean? Like you moving to like starting to change as well, like the sound, you have some idea?
Well, I think that song is a good, how can I say? It's a good song to listen if you want to know how Frozen Crown are about to sound in the future. Maybe also Black Heart. Black Heart is an extremely heavy song compared to our previous sound, but we love that. So of course we're going to make more about that in the future. Yes.
And this time, be like you as singer and guitarist, which song you enjoy, like playing more on the stage, like because maybe you like more how the vocals are sounds or the guitars? Because of course anyone has like, I don't know, I prefer play this because it's funnier, I don't know, or even because as well you have jokes with the band as well, with the guys and girls. So
yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah. Well, I love to sing on stage.
Okay.
So I like to sing challenging parts as well. So I like, for example, songs like Call of the North, the title track of the album, because that's very complex, both from guitar playing and vocals. But I think when I am singing less and playing easier stuff, of course I can move more, I can, you know, go crazy on stage, jump around, you know, I like that. I like to interact with people. Yeah, so probably easiest song like Kings, for example, are easier, you know, and then you can really go crazy and interact with people, having fun. That's of course another cool thing. Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing. And of course, I mean, we spoke, we mentioned at the beginning about the live that you played on Saturday, but
yes,
you already had as Frozen Crown a long touring with a lot of important bands as well, like Dragon Force, for example, I read. So an Italian band, because of course we all know the situation in Italy. Of course, there are amazing bands that maybe they just, you know, stayed inside Italy and they keep on playing inside the Italian territory, or maybe going some, I don't know, small festival all around Europe, but maybe they remain only most of the time in Italy. Instead, the Frozen Crown basically went everywhere. I mean, so how does it feel to be one of the few bands in Italy to really represent Italy abroad?
Well, it feels very cool because we are very proud, of course, of being Italian. We love not only our, I mean, classic power metal bands that were very influential in the metal scene, like Rhapsody, like Labyrinth, like Vision Divine. So of course we love that, but at the same time, you know, there's not a strong metal scene. I mean, not a strong enough metal scene in Italy for us to really feel part of something. I mean, when we play our show, for example, we played our latest show at Legend Club in Milan. It was packed. I mean, the venue was full, with people. But those are our people. I mean, we don't.
Fans,
I mean, no. Actually, no. I didn't know anyone in the crowd. Maybe just a couple, of people. But no, those are our people. I mean, those are our crowd. I mean, the one that actually listens to us. But I don't associate them to the true metalheads, you know, because we have never probably been very. I don't know how to say. I mean, true metalheads never really liked us, probably because we have girls in the band.
Oh, come on, it's music. It evolves. It evolves. There are women always all the time in music, in metal as well. We have a lot of bands going on right now and history with women singing.
Yeah, of course. But you know, for true metalheads, especially the old ones, if you have girls in the band, that's just a way to sell more, to use their image.
Yeah, or they picture the band like, for example, Nightwish, you know, like that printing music like Nightwish and Epica, that's the band, and they don't even go to dig, for example, in the singer, just to see what's her background, how are his vocals, and as well the band, because they don't think that any one of you listen all Evanescence or this type of music. So yeah, I agree with that. I can understand that. But the beauty of things that as well in Europe, they see that differently. I think you notice as well, because
in Europe, nobody cares about your sex, about your religion, about your age. I mean, nobody cares about anything except for music. If you play good music, you're good. So we are very happy about our fans all around the world. I mean, we're going to play our second show in Tokyo in June.
Really? Yeah, because I read there is the tour of Call of the North that is going to happen. So you're going as well playing in Tokyo. So it's really huge tour.
Yeah. In fact, it's great. I mean, we're going there for the second time. We have I mean, a nice following. How can I say?
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice
we have
following, yeah.
fans there, and it's great. We're going to play this show in a very big venue. That,
Yeah, wow.
you know, yeah, it's. I mean, we are happy with what we have. I mean, of course, we love to play in Italy, but luckily, there's not just Italy. Yeah.
No, of course, if you just only play just in Italy, I mean, you have to play worldwide if you want to put your music out. Yeah. And there's some city that you accept Tokyo, maybe you're like, I can say you're like willing to see, like, I'm looking forward to be in that particular city, maybe because you have been there or you never played there.
I would say probably the only places we haven't played yet in Europe are Finland and Norway.
Okay.
So probably one of those two places, if I had to say. Yes.
So the Italian name, I mean, it has spread all over the world. But I want just as well to ask you, of course, like you said, you're going to tour, but already you toured. About lives, there are always things that bands share: funny moments, nice memories. There's some memories of touring with Frozen Crown, but we can say as well with your other bands is the same. I mean, if you want to say both, that you really cherish these memories. It could be the stupid memories or even the, I don't know, the most touching one. It's up to you. Choose one.
Well, of course, the most awesome thing that actually happened to me was to not only tour with Dragon Force, but actually to share the same tour bus with them. So to basically sleep with them, eat with them, and talk with them all day. And of course, playing with them also on stage, because they were inviting us on stage every night to jam with them. And that was awesome, because of course those people were basically heroes for us. And we happened to be in the same backstage with them, talking about life things.
It's created a friendship, basically.
Sharing advices about music, about music business. That was incredible. Yeah, we also had a live stream with Herman Lee, the Dragon Force guitar player, like a couple of years ago. It was awesome, because I couldn't imagine we could end up that way.
And I mean, of course, we spoke about the current tour and the album that basically is out 3 days ago. So if I have to ask you the current project, the answer is probably what we already spoke about it. So since I'm speaking with you, I want to ask about you. You mentioned your other project, because I think it's important as well, because I think they have an influence in your music with the Frozen Crown.
I would say not influencing, but well, I've always been I always felt to be not a musician, but a composer.
Or an artist.
An artist. I would never call myself artist. Maybe other people can call me.
Any musician is an artist as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay. By the way, I never really been interested in how to play guitar well, how to sing good,
like the virtuoso guitarist, not the type of one.
No, I really don't care. I only care about writing songs, So I basically write so many songs that one band is not enough, So I end up and also I like to write different things. For example, I told you that Frozen Crown were born when I was in Japan with my other band. That band is a hard rock blues kind of band. It's a trio. So I'm a vocalist and guitar player, then bass player and drummer, and it's called Be the Wolf. It's very, my main influence in that way was probably Richie Kotzen, also something from Glenn Hughes, also maybe Red Hot Chili Peppers, why not? And then there is Volturian and Nocturna, which other two bands. You know, Volturian is basically a modern metal band with some electronic parts.
Okay, so we can say more a bit avant-garde or progressive, not progressive in the way of not like metal progressive, like prog, like we can say experimental, maybe sounds better.
Yeah, maybe it can be defined as like experimental, but if I had to find a band similar to that, I would say Rammstein.
Okay.
Yeah, but they have a female vocalist, so of course they sound very different from Rammstein. But yeah, it's that kind of very straightforward guitars, down-tuned, very heavy, and that all that kind of electronics.
Yeah.
Instead, Nocturna are more on the symphonic, in the symphonic, but also in the Gothic field. And they have got two singers. So they go together, they share a lot of parts. So it's very interesting as a project. Yeah.
So basically, as I can say, an artist, a musician, you cover just by yourself all music field. We can say all genre.
I agree. Yeah, I agree, but that's mostly because I like them. Because if you ask me to list my 10 favorite bands, I would list.
No, I'm gonna ask you your 5 album then. The opposite.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay, that's going to be very. No, that's going to be very hard. But for example, to tell you, I would say that I would list Hate Breeder by Children of Bodom.
Okay, it's one.
But also Black Market Music by Placebo.
Okay, yeah. Another totally different.
Yeah. Yeah, but that album was really influential to me.
Yeah.
I would probably say a Cradle of Filth album. I don't know, maybe Dusk and Her Embrace.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We have last two. Yeah, this is not easy.
I would say not easy. I would say The Gallery by Dark Tranquillity.
Okay.
And Dreaming Neon Black by Nevermore.
Okay, so you covered almost really all the genre, basically. Yeah. And of course, but since you sing and play guitar, there is some, I don't know, some guitarist or some singer that actually you can say you looked as main influences.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, Yngwie J. Malmsteen.
Okay.
And the interesting. The funny thing is that everybody is looking at Yngwie J. Malmsteen as a guitar player because of course he can play that fast. Is so good. He was an innovator. I mean, it really influenced a lot of people and helped to actually make some musical genre to actually be born. I think he was very influential in power metal, for example. But for me, more than as a guitar player, of course I love his guitar playing, but more than as a guitar player, I was into his way of writing songs. I mean, I really love his songwriting. He always had that kind of, he was very fast, but never sacrificed melody to go fast. He always wrote really good songs, and that's the best part of that. Yes, Malmsteen was definitely the best for me. And of course, Alexi Laio from Children of Bodom. Yes.
Good. For the rest of people. Yeah, we are speaking about you and can say 2 pillars of their own music field, their own genre. Yes. And of course, basically we covered almost everything. Now, just before ending the interview, I think it's important because from a musician, especially like you, that with Frozen Crown, but as well with other band, played abroad and played in Italy, both. If you want to give really an advice to band that still are in the box, how is in Italy, the box, the rehearsal room, and they're still playing or keep on playing for just a drink in that pub or venues, whatever, because they don't want to put their stuff outside because maybe they think it's not worth it. If you would give your own advice, because you play it outside, so and in Italy you can I don't know better than you can just push them a little bit, because we have a really good band in Italy that are still in the corner.
Yeah, I know. Well, I actually give this advice very often because I'm asked for that very often, actually. My advice is don't think about playing live. I mean, what I mean with that. If you think you're going to get famous because you're playing live in small venues, you're wrong. You're not you're not in Seattle in 1992. You know, you're not you're in the wrong place in the wrong time. You know, to get big, you really have to work on your image, but that means to give actually an image to your music. I mean, of course, work on your videos, because actually nowadays a video on YouTube can actually get you big, and not necessarily big, but actually can get you recognized. You know, that's the most important thing. I know bands that are investing a lot of money to just play around again and again and again and again. But if you don't do that together with a strong promotion, so working on your image, working on your on your videos, on your photos, everything work, because nowadays people listens to music with their eyes. If they they're there on the cell phone, if they see something appealing, they click on that before listening
exactly to it. That's true. That's completely true. That's how I found out new bands, for example. They were just playing, and I was even on Instagram, I was just seeing a small, just stories of them playing, who these guys are, where, and it was maybe a small band from, I don't know, UK. They were just going abroad because they think, like you said, you're completely right.
Exactly. And by the way, I want to also give this other advice. I mean, when I say work on your videos, work on your image, at the same time, I'm telling you, do not waste your money. What I mean is that I always say this, if you invest $1 million to make a music video, you're not going to have 1 million views. I mean, it doesn't work that way. You can have millions and millions of views with a video that costed you €2. Or whatever that was filmed at home, or actually invest a lot of money in a video and go nowhere. I mean, nowadays it's more about what you film, what you show in the video, rather than the quality. So if you are a small band, you don't have to think about okay, let's find a director, a cameraman,
video maker,
some actors,
editor,
everything. No, that, I mean, you can really have success with just a cell phone filming your video.
Exactly.
Of course, but of course, the really important thing is to have a good idea first,
innovation,
and then to make good music, of course, because of course you can have a great video, but if I mean, if someone stops by and then listens to music and the music sucks, of course that video is useless. So that's it.
So that's I think the perfect we can say advice. We can say we can edit this small part and put it apart, like of part of the interview, and share it to the bands. You're gonna sell your advice. You can make the musical coach trainer. I just wanted to thank you, Federico, because it's really important what you said, and I wish that Frozen Crown to be the best for this upcoming tour and the album. And what can I say? Just thank you, and we'll keep in touch for intro and outro of the interview, because I like to collaborate, because I don't choose which song or just talk with you. And next time I'll come by myself to see you live instead and do this. It will be a pleasure. And do live interviews, which is always better, and have all the bands as well. So wish you all the best, and really thank you, and have a good day, and just keep on doing what you're doing, because it's important to have bands like Frozen Crown all around the world. Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot for having me here. It's been a real pleasure to be with you here, and to talk about my bands. And of course, whenever you feel like doing this again, I'll be
of
ready.
Of course, so we can do
I'm
an
happy
updating after the
yeah,
tour.
of course.
This,
Whatever. Yes.
Yeah, if there is some other band that want to as well join, we can do, I don't know, like a double interview as well and talk about the tour.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
I will
and
be
sharing.
happy.
Yeah, for me as well. It's always good doing the updating interviews, so I call it. Okay, so thank you so much again, and have a good evening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.